Good day, viewers. Walter here. I'm on the porch today. We just got back from town. We went to 2 different grocery stores today, and I thought I would do a little bit of a vlog. I'm trying to begin this conversation by talking, but I keep burping because I finished a big old Italian submarine sandwich. Some of them goodies on there got me belching. That is one noisy truck going down the road. I'll talk about the stores first. There's a couple items I wanted to vlog about today. I've got out of my good clothes and got my slum around my house shorts and an old t-shirt on. A couple things I thought I'd mention. First of all, let's talk about the Kroger's grocery store. I hope I got this camera framed right because it's just a GoPro. I got it sitting on the handrail over there in front of me. But I think I'm probably in the picture. The weekend is coming up. I hope everybody has a great weekend. It is a fine day. It's a little bit on the chilly side. Every time I try to talk, some noisy person comes by. There goes a motorcycle. It's my only downfall about talking on the front porch. Noisy cars. Anyway, a couple years ago, most of my viewers know I fell and broke my hip. As a result, I can't walk a whole lot of distance. I get tired out real easy. So, when I go to a store like Walmart or Kroger's, it requires a whole lot of walking. I get me one of them little handicap buggies you ride around in the store, and that helps me get around the store without having to stop and rest somewhere. I told them over there at Walmart the other day they ought to put a chair for some old man to sit in when he needs to sit down and rest. You could wear yourself out walking around a big, huge grocery store or Sam's Club or a Walmart or any of them big stores. Anyway, I got me one of them little handicap ride around carts. Followed Contrary Mary around the store. Went over to it and got some lunch meat, some sliced ham and bologna and some roast beef, and we got some rolls and some rye bread and walked around the store, picked up a few other goodies. Well, normally when we drive in, we have a handicap sticker on the car, so we'll often park in a handicap spot. Well, first of all, you're lucky as all get out if you get in the store and find one of them handicapped. Usually somebody that really needs one of them can't find one because people are just riding them around because they're too lazy to walk the store. I had some kid come by me the other day, dang near run me over with his buggy. Sometimes when I go in there to get my pills in Walmart, I just walk in, but if it requires walking all over that store, you bet. Walt could be looking at one of them stupid cars. Something funny happened. First of all, I'm going down the main road to go get my tea. And I'm going along about 2 or 3 miles an hour. Here comes an employee zooming through the aisle without even looking, comes through an intersection where there's an open space. That's what it is, an intersection. He's pushing 4 or 5 buggies at once and dang near rammed into me. I said, where'd you get your driver's license from? Boy, everybody's out here riding their bikes today. He had them real high handlebars on his. I used to ride, but I don't need no high handlebars or no highway pegs neither. After he dang near run me off the intersection, run into me at the intersection there in the grocery store, we decided we had enough. We're going up to the checkout line. We get in line at the checkout line and ring up all our stuff. Got it all bagged up, and she's pushing a grocery cart. I'm following along in my little handicap cart with some tea and Pepsis and other things in my basket. But she gets right to the front door to leave the Kroger's grocery store, and as soon as her buggy got right to the doorway where you go out, alarms went off. Beep, beep, and she's trying to push the buggy, but it won't go out the door. This is something new they got. I've never seen anything like it in my life. She won't go. Why won't the buggy go? Some girl steps over there, a female employee had a remote control, pushes it at the buggy like that and push the button. That stopped the alarm, and then the buggy would go out the door. So there's some kind of remote control system at the door. I don't know if it's in the buggy or the door or what, but you can't get out the door if your buggy ain't cleared. I figure they probably got some kind of thing in the cash register when you pay for your groceries, then they'll clear your buggy to go out. I don't know if it's an electronic device or what. Evidently she didn't clear ours to get out the door, and that's why we got stopped at the door. I don't remember how much we spent. It was a couple $100. But when she pushed the remote control, we could get out the door. So we're going across the parking lot, and when we got to that parking lot, normally you would park, like I said, in a handicapped spot. But none were available, so Contrary Mary had parked halfway out through the parking lot. And I had went on in and found me a cart and waited till she came in. Well, they got some kind of electronic device built into the cart now. And I didn't know it. I'm following her on out to the car. Most likely what I'll do when we get the groceries loaded in the car, I'll just park the buggy where you park your grocery carts at. I got about halfway across the parking lot. I was 3 or 4 car lengths away from our automobile, and the buggy stopped. There's a dead limit on how far away from the handicap spots you can get with that handicapped cart. Well, I said, what the heck's wrong? It won't go forward. I tried to back it up and it backs up. Tried to go forward, it wouldn't go forward. Tried to back up, it would back up. So I just turned around and reversed and did reverse for the 3 or 4 car lengths to get to our car, unload the groceries that I was hauling. Well, here comes that same girl with that same little remote control. I don't know if she's security for the store or what. Comes up and started talking to us, and we were putting the stuff in the back of the Ford Escape. And I said, I forget, she was talking to Terry Mary about something, but I think she came out there because she thought I was trying to steal their grocery buggy, their handicap card. I said, there's something wrong with your handicap card. It'll go in reverse, but it won't go forward. Yeah, they got a thing on them where you can't go. They're afraid somebody's going to take them. Oh, I said, you think I'm going downtown somewhere with this buggy? I said, we're just trying to get to our car, girl. Anyway, I thought that's ridiculous. She got the grocery stores. I can understand they're cautious about somebody might want to steal their groceries, so you can't get out this door without the alarm going off. It's got downright extreme on how bad it is. Now they're afraid you're going to steal their handicap card. So I thought that was kind of a pain. I wanted to discuss that little bit of thing. How many of you run into that situation where you can't get the grocery buggy out the front door of the grocery store to go to your car? I made a video yesterday. I haven't produced it yet. I got out here and put axle grease on the pole that goes up to my little bird feeder. I know my viewers have seen it. Rubbed it on there with a stick and a paper towel all up and down the pole. I said, I'd like to see that squirrel climb this pole now. So I set up my little camera, and sure enough, he comes around and cleans out my bird feeder every day. And I can't stand him stealing my bird feed. And you'll see in the video, I haven't produced it yet, but I will. He comes and walks all around the pole looking for what kind of seeds he can find on the ground. And I had already chased him away a couple times by yelling at him, coming out and screaming. And every once in a while he'll stop and look towards my front door to see if I'm looking. Well, Walter's not out here. I guess I could try to climb up on this pole. He walks over to the pole, jumps up and grabs the pole, and slides right back down. It was kind of comical. I thought he wouldn't be able to climb it. Oh, he had a pretty good grip. He didn't slide down too fast. So I'll produce that video. And he walked away. It's just a short clip of him walking away, walking kind of funny because you know he's got axle grease all over his feet. Well, today we went to the store, did all the grocery shopping, came back a while ago, and I noticed my bird feeder was empty. Well, that squirrel's been in there again. I went up there and felt all around the tray, and there's no grease in there. But the pole itself has got grass and dirt and everything else on it where he's been trying to climb that pole. I wish I had the camera going while we're gone. I came out here and set up the camera again a while ago, and I'd like to get a better video of him sliding down that pole. But I'll share the clip in an upcoming video. I don't know what we'll call it. Can a squirrel climb a greased pole? I noticed when I put the grease on my bird feeder pole out there that the ants aren't getting up there to my feeder anymore. And I'll get to working on that. I'll make an upcoming video of me log on my cat scan the other day. I might as well just go ahead and mention it now. I was going to read it to you, but the cancer doctor has not called me back with the results from the cat scan, but I can go on my chart and read it. I don't know all the medical terms, what's on my chart, but it said no metastasized, so I figure there's no cancer spotted. If it was, they would have already called me by now. I guess he'll go around to calling me eventually. Well, yesterday I had an appointment with a heart doctor. Told the heart doctor they found a subclavian artery. It's an artery that connects to the vein going to your brain, and it goes over to your arms. Big artery. Well, this one on this side has got 90% clog, or I forget what the word is. Calcification, they call it. So I told the heart doctor, I said, you might want to look at my CAT scan, see if there's any problem you want to talk about. He looked on the computer and found it. And I guess due to my age, I'm going to turn 78 this month. And in your particular case, we just won't do nothing about it. You're not having any severe pain right now, or no real numbness in your arms, I said, no. Evidently what a subclavian steal is, the blood reverses direction and steals some blood from your brain to keep circulating through your arm. I don't know how it works, but basically he just told me, don't worry about it. In other words, I'm going to live with it. I ain't going to be too concerned about it unless I start having pains or numbness in my arm. Then I'll call him right away. I figure it probably something he didn't want to deal with, or maybe I shouldn't be dealing with at my age. Whatever, I just wanted to mention that little medical update. Said they found it. Let me just read what it says. Okay, basically what the CAT scan, if you need a scan, if you want to know what's wrong with you, go get you a CAT scan. It ain't cheap, I can tell you that. It says no evidence of metastatic disease. I think that means no cancer. Stable, mild emphysema changes in both lungs. Well, that's understandable. I smoked 50 years. Calcified pleural plaques. Consider prior asbestos exposure. Well, that couldn't be from when I was in the Navy on a ship full of asbestos, could it? 90% stenosis of the origin of the left subclavian artery. Stenosis, whatever that is. Status post colectomy. That's when they took out half of my colon. Probable right renal cyst, too small to fully characterize by CT scan. Prostanogalia, I don't know what that means. Stable compression, fracture, T12. That's more of my backbone is cracked. I didn't even know they had detected that. SP clinical indication: 77-year-old male, colorectal cancer surveillance, malignant neoplasm of the colon, unspecified. Anyway, they didn't find the cancer anymore, so that's one good thing. So I'll include a little bit of this medical update. I don't want to make the video too drawn out. I've been sitting here waiting for the squirrel. The birds are coming to eat. But some of what I've talked about here we'll put on today's vlog. And I'm going to produce that video with him sliding down the pole. Is that cruel? Degrees a pole where you can't get up in your bird feeder? Might be, but it's less cruel than getting a 22 out and fixing him up permanent. Anyway, appreciate you tuning in and listening to me today. I'm going to go prop myself up in front of the computer and come up with something to do. Before I go, I hope everybody has a nice Easter. Gather with your family and friends and celebrate the holiday. Don't eat too much candy or go to too many Easter egg hunts. Y'all have a nice Christian holiday.